So France is sending a guide to all of the citizens in case of war, pandemic, and other crisis. I think it's a great idea. That is preparedness, but apparently there's people that disagree. Guys, welcome to the channel, The Modern Survivalist, and if you want to get prepared maybe a little bit better than the basic guide sent by the French government, and there's other nations that have done the same thing, you have the channel with a ton of information. I suggest you get my books as well, Surviving the Economic Collapse and Sweet Survival Skills, and that bag over there, that's actually the kit that we'll go through in another video just after this one. Folks, it's not a bad idea. These are basic things that everyone should have, but because common sense is not as common as it should be, well, people need to be reminded. Have a few days, 72 hours, basically 3 days worth of water, food, charger for your phone, radio, Victorinox, some tools, some flashlight, little else. It's really not all that much, but apparently some people get offended. Now, I find it to be a little bit depressing because I'm of this, I'm a Latino, right, from South America, but I'm also, right, my family is from Spain, so that's my heritage is around those parts of the world. And it tends to be that Spanish people are actually some of the least prepared in Europe. They will resist the idea of getting prepared. They choose to get offended, right? The Spanish people will go, oh, you asked me to be prepared? How dare you? You're trying to what? Spread panic? You asshole? No, I'm not gonna be prepared for a damn thing. Sad, but guys, this is the part of maturity, of responsibility, of self-criticism. You have to do this. Yeah, you have to admit that there's something about our societies that are pretty fucking dumb. And unfortunately, that's the case for Spanish people. Not Spanish people in the wokey way in which it's described in the United States, but actually from Spain, right, from Europe. And French are kind of there, a little bit stupid too. The smarter guys are, of course, the Nordic people. Those guys, you can send a manual to every single household in Sweden saying, get prepared in case of war. And the Swedish people will go, oh, okay, in case of war, I should do what exactly? All right, let me check. Right, in case of war. Right, done. I'm ready for war in case it happens. It's crazy. It's sad. They are better. Swedish people are better than the rest of us. They're smarter. They're more evolved. We're a bunch of fucking chimps compared to them, apparently, because they don't freak out when a manual is sent that's saying, yeah, you know what? In case of war, do this. And by the way, here you have a few iodine tablets in case of a nuclear explosion. And yeah, just so you know, stay indoors if that happens. And everyone is okay with that. No one freaks out. Now, in other parts of the world, we start like, oh, you're telling me what to do? I'm not going to survive by staying indoors if there's a nuclear explosion. What are you, stupid? No, you're the idiot that apparently doesn't know that, yes, you can very much survive a nuclear explosion if you didn't become dust in the moment in which that happened because you're within the 5, 6, 10-mile radius, wherever it is, right? And you're basically worried about fallout, radiation, and that's usually 48 hours. It's really not all that tough. If you have a lot of this stuff, if you have a lot of duct tape, it's simply a matter of sealing doors and windows, staying put, waiting for 48 hours, and after 48 hours, radiation drops around 99% or so, and it's safe to go outside. Yes, in spite of the nuclear explosion, if you didn't burn or just disintegrate because of the proximity to explosion. But that's apparently too much to ask. That is just too much of an evolved thought process for some of these people. And that's when the little survival kit comes into place, right? When they tell you to wait in place for a couple days, what am I going to do for 2 days? Well, you have your water for 72 hours, so you should be okay for 48. You have the food, and if you're bored, you can play a little bit of chess or cards. That's what the kit is for, right? And that's just one example of the number of things that could happen. But no, people have to cry and whine about every damn thing, even when governments do the responsible thing, which is, yeah, you need to prepare. This is nothing new, guys. This is the same thing in ready.gov. Pretty much every country in the world has some kind of online PDF or manual explaining a few simple things to do so as to be better prepared. Now, that's the French version. Other countries have done this years and years ago. And in the really evolved society, like in Switzerland, it's a matter of normal everyday life. Hell, you cannot even build a house if it hasn't got a bunker in it, or you have quick access to one of the communal bunkers that they have in buildings. They're better prepared people. They're more evolved people. Sadly, that's the case, you know. So yeah, congratulations if you're a Switzerland citizen for your evolved society into the topics of preparedness. And it seems that the further away you go from that former Soviet nation area, the more dumb and more sensitive people tend to be. But anyway, I thought it was interesting. I'll do a video going through this little kit that they explain you should have here, which is really good. It's not bad. It's, of course, at least the way I see it, it's a starting point. But you have to start somewhere. See you next time. Take care.